Yeah, God of 4's it's really shaping up now to be pretty awesome, especially now. It is getting more and more stable. That cannot be denied. Even though you are having multiple crashes, it's definitely more stable. Quack.
You'll be pleased to know not only did I just go quack into a microphone, I also processed it.
Explain.
I put a little bit of chorus into it.
Oh, so it was like a chorus of ducks.
Yeah, well, you can't actually tell, but I did. I almost put vocoder in it, and that just sounded like
An 80s pop song.
it sounded like Kraft Ducks.
Okay, now we've got the name of our new acapella album is Craft Ducks.
Well, I mean, if Mikey suddenly signs us up with a bunch of free time between kids and married life and a bunch of videos, he could totally do the soundtrack for these games. If not, I'll just use these.
Whack 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 whack.
So yeah, Mikey has older versions of all those games, but if you want to hear the sound effects and music, that's the best way we can do it. I don't know if he still has them installed. Otherwise, if you have questions, now's the time because I'm getting ready to make dinner.
I will have a quick look and see if I've got them.
I believe you do. You did last week.
I tend to empty a folder every now and again. I've hidden OBS, so I can't control that. Let's pop you over there. Okay, so let's have a quick look at Space
More question from
Infidel.
Golomagoth. I'm enjoying the golf in that name.
Okay. I can see it's a statement at the moment.
I was just waiting on the build-up.
Oh yeah, I'm not sharing my screen. There we go.
How do you make changes to the project by default? Godot 4.
Hold on, Jan. They wouldn't have been able to hear you because I was playing the game music. Just died. Right, let's go back to us for a moment.
By default, in Godot 4, it will just work. So let me try showing you that. Share my screen.
Zoop.
This time I'm not showing my home email address in a very professional way. Let's open, I don't know, 2 Kickabout. And we'll get this lovely picture of Mikey.
Lovely.
Okay. So let's say we are running 2 Kickabout, which currently run right. Let's say we're running 2 Kickabout. And we want to change something. So let's open Godot, and I'm just going to go. So it's still running in the background, right? Right there. Let's go into character select, which is.
And of course, if you had two monitors, you could have the editor full screen and have the game playing on another monitor.
I frequently do. But let's say we want to change the color of this wall.
Anyway. So yes, you can live that. That's really useful being able to do that.
I believe if you want to turn those off, you've got to debug and synchronize script and scene changes. And now
that won't happen.
The difference here is these are on by default in 4 and they were off by default in 3.
That makes a lot of sense. Of course, the reason for turning them on and off, if by changing a value, it's got to update thousands of things, you probably don't want that to be live. Otherwise, you could cause it to slow down massively whilst you're just changing colors and all that. So
I've stopped sharing, by the way.
Good, cool.
So yeah, that's a little play with Godot 4 Beta 2. I'm really looking forward to it being more stable. Already, I mean, I was saying this to Mikey a week ago when I was putting together the very basics of 2 Kickabout. It's a very simple game, so you put the basics together in a few hours. It just looks so much better. Like the rendering, the lighting, the toon shading just looks so much better than it did.
I mean, on one level, it's rather shallow because a decent game doesn't have to look pretty, but ultimately it does look prettier, and therefore it will attract more people just because of that.
It will attract more people, although there is something to be said for style here. I think a game not looking that pretty because that's part of the design aesthetic is great. A game not
Yeah.
looking that pretty because you don't have the choice is less great.
Yes, if your game looked a bit last generation because you were trying as best as you can, but you couldn't quite reach there with the speed and optimization that you might have had now, it's so much better being able to do that.
While we're on the
I'm
subject,
also
I
going to
should give a
download
quick
Beta 2 as well.
shout out to, I forget the name of the game. Let me, I don't own it, but just look at what it's called. Dome Keeper was released, I believe, a week ago. And is written in Godot, and actually has Godot up on the logo when it loads up. I don't have it, but I've been seeing a whole bunch of streamers playing it, and a lot of my friends are enjoying it. So great work.
Nice.
So yeah, I think it's a great time to get ready for Godot.
I like it. Next week we have our Blender stream, and
I'll be doing the easy bit.
yes, Jan will be sat there reading the chat, and we're actually going to be having a look at writing a Python script. So I've gone through and made sure it worked this time, rather than just la 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 la. It turned out but okay, it's one of those things. It turned out that practicing for it meant that it was perfectly easy. It happened to work exactly how I thought it would have worked. Live, that can all go wrong. So we're going to be taking. We've used the website Low Spec before when it comes to grabbing palettes, and I want to be able to just download a palette and import it straight into Blender and create material straight away, so I can just get on with it. Now, there is an argument, of course, that, well, I can just copy those values into Blender, and if it's only 8 colors, so what? But now imagine you do that several times. We're going to write a script to make sure that we can just go ahead and do it. And I checked, it works. What was really fun was trying to work out a way of doing it that was easier to follow. So I hope I have simplified it enough. And that's going to be in Python, so it's going to be very similar to GDScript as well.
And before we pootle off, I just want to lead us all in a chorus of happy birthday to my girlfriend, Jess. So happy birthday. No.
To you.
No, we'll get sued for that one. We wish you a happy birthday. We wish you a happy birthday. We wish you a happy birthday. Now, please don't sue our channel.
I think it's only that middle bit where it goes, it goes up. That is copyrighted. I don't know. Anyway, thank you everybody for joining us this evening.
Thank you for having us and for the jelly and the ice cream. We had a lovely time. For those of you in America or the United States, when I say jelly, I mean jello. What you call jelly is called jam. Now, when I say jam, you're thinking of something else. You're thinking of something that we call aluminium.
Aluminum. So thanks everybody for joining us, and we'll see you next week. Goodbye.
Yes, we'll do Roderick saying 2 months. Bye.
I can't do 2 hands.
It.
No, I can't do 2 hands.
Press it. Press it with your foot.
Bye.
Bye.